Yeah. Now today we are going to discuss about the keywords. Now this super fine. Okay, the keywords. Okay, now these are the keywords. Simply we don't need to write like this. Now it's a lowercase. The keywords are always the lowercase only. Okay. Now this in the sense like it's a keyword. Okay, it's a keyword. Now this is a keyword. It is used to represent current class properties. Okay, current class properties. What is I mean by current class? For suppose I am going to create like one class test. Okay, now if you want to access like this class data, okay, this class data, simply the global data. Okay, now current class, wherever you are in the current class, simply now this class properties, if you want to access, we can use this keyword. Now this is a keyword. It is used to represent a current class, in the sense current in the sense the child class. Okay, current class properties. Now what about like the super? Now it's a keyword. Okay, now it is used to represent parent. Okay, I have like one more class like at the parent, like a parent. Okay, now in this class some variables, some methods, some like constructors, all these things simply here we have. Okay, now without using like, okay, whenever we extend simply all the properties we are going to get, but without using all these things, simply I want to get this data. Okay, now how I can say like without extension implements keyword, there is no relation. Now that's why it's a keyword. It is used to represent a parent class properties. The parent class properties, if you want to get, we need to make the relation between test and parent. The test is extensive with the parent. Then only the relation is built up. Okay, for example, right now, without doing anything, if I created two classes in the like one file, there is no relation right now. Okay, even though if I say like it's a parent or child, you cannot consider that. Okay, why? Why in the sense test extends parent, then the relation is happened. Okay, yeah. Now final. Okay, now it's a keyword. Okay, now we can use this final keyword in three places. Okay, now where in the sense like now before variables, before methods, before class. Okay, now this is a keyword. It is used to represent current class properties. Now super, it's a keyword. It is used to represent a parent class property. Okay, final, it's a keyword. We can use three places: before variables, before the methods, and before the class. Okay, this in the sense, for suppose I am in the child class. Okay, in the child class object, if you want, if child class like a variable you want. Okay, now if I say like current class properties, I said right. What is the properties in the sense? Okay, which properties you want to call by using this keyword? Okay, we can call variables. We can call methods. Okay, now we can call constructors. Now we can call objects. Okay, now variables, methods, constructors, and objects. Now super, it is a keyword. Now it is used to represent a parent class properties. Now what are the parent class properties? Simply we have. Now again variables, now methods and the constructors. Okay, we don't have any objects related to the parent. Okay, now this is a keyword. It is used to represent current class properties. What are the properties we have? Variables, methods, constructors, and objects. Simply what I'm saying, these words in the sense we can access. Okay, by using this keyword I can access methods, variables, constructors, objects. Okay, now super, it is a keyword. If you want to access the parent class properties, okay, like variables, methods, constructors, now we can use the super keyword. Okay, that is a difference between like this and super. Now final, in the sense like this final keyword we can use in three places, that is before the variable, before the method, and before the class. Okay, Now observe carefully here. Now class test I created. Okay, within the class, simply here int salary is equal to 25,000. Okay, now I'm going to create like one method, public void now get salary. Okay, now this get salary method is asking some input. Now salary. Now SYSO. Now simply I'm going to write like my salary is simply I want to print like a salary. Okay, now in this method I'm going to initialize the salary is equal to okay 35,000. Okay, now I'm going to write like main method public static void main. Okay, within the main string args of array. Okay, then how I can call get salary method by using object creation. Okay, why we need to create object? This method is a instance method. Okay, now there is no static keyboard. That's why we need to create object of the test class. Now the test t is equal to new test. Okay, now t dot get salary method I can call. Okay, this get salary method is asking some input, right? The salary. Simply I'm going to inserting like 45,000. Now if I execute, now what is out? 25, 35, 45. Any idea? Online or offline? What is out? 45. Guess it meanwhile. I'm going to create the same new com dot like the keywords and the packages access modifiers. Okay. Now here I'm going to create like one class. The class name is like the demo. Okay. Now demo this simply here or otherwise simply here. This demo. Okay. This demo this is like this class. Okay. The main method. Okay. Now what I did here. Now int salary is equal to 25,000. Now I created like one method public void get a salary method of int salary. Now here SYSO simply here my salary is simply here like I want to enter the salary. Okay, for this thing simply here I declare like a salary is equal to 35,000. Okay, now the get salary method I want to call. Okay, now then we need to get object of this demo. Now this demo th is equal to new this demo. Now th dot get salary. Okay, the get salary is asking some salary. Okay, now you can pass any type of value. I'm going to pass like that 45,000. Okay, now if I execute, my salary is what? 35, 35, 45. 45. Now right click, run as Java application. Now what we got? 35. Why? How? Now see here, whenever I executed the 14th line, the control goes to the get salary method. Here it will enter. Okay, now what is the salary right now? 45,000. Okay. Now, but the salary is like what? Already I mentioned in the 35,000 means what? The salary is overridden. Okay, the salary is overridden. Now, right now salary is what? 35,000. The same salary we are going to get. Okay. Now, without the changes 14th line, in the sense like a ph dot get salary of 45,000, I want to execute it again. Okay. Now, SYSO. Now, my global. Okay, my global salary. Now, did you observe like the fifth line is global variable or not? Global, right? Now, the global variable salary I want. Okay, if I execute again, salary. Okay, this salary I want to print. Okay, right click, run as Java application. Still we got 35,000, but I want 25,000. Okay, now that salary, the fifth line is present in this class only, right? Okay, now this class variable I want. Okay, this class variable I want. Now simply here this dot salary. Okay, now right now we are present in the method. Okay, the variable is outside the method. The method, for suppose this variable I want. Okay, control S, right click, run as Java application. Now we are going to get the 25,000. You have wondered, sir, why we are writing like same name? You can change to like different names, salary one and salary one. Okay, now simply without using like all this thing. Now whenever the requirement, the global variable and the local variables are same, the concept of this keyword is entered into the picture. Okay, otherwise simply here now execute, right click, run as Java application. Now here both are 25,000 we got, right? Okay, if you want like current class properties, simply you can use like a this keyword. Okay, now otherwise simply you can change that variable names, no issues on that. Okay, control S, right click, run as Java application. 25,000, 35,000. Now this local, this global variable property I want to call. Okay, now what is the object of this class? Simply, for suppose how I can get object reference, object address of this class, object address of this class. If I print th, we are going to get object address. System.out.println, if I print this reference, we are going to get object address in the form of hexadecimal hash code. Right click, run as Java application. Well, this is like our object address in this class. Now explicitly I called, right, 17th line, but if I comment at the time of 16th line, whenever I call this method, I want to execute the object of this class. Okay, now SYSO, just enter this, that's it. This class object is going to be printed, okay, in the method. I'm not going to write separately the code. Okay, now whenever I'm calling the method, okay, within the method this requirement I want. Now right click, run as Java application. The same, if I execute it again here, one more thing, the both are same. Control S, right click, run as Java application. Now save, both variables are same. Now this in the sense like a current class keyword. Okay, now I'm going to select one more class. Now class super demo. Okay, now here also I'm going to confuse you. Now salary is equal to 55,000. Again, public void get a salary. Again, int salary. Again, salary is equal to 65,000. SYSO, like a parent class salary is simply here. I want to print like salary. Okay. Now, do we have any relation between the two classes right now? No relation. I want to make the relation between the two classes. Now, simply control space, extends, and enter super demo. Now, whatever the data we have in the super demo will get like directly in the this demo. Now, right click, run as Java application, the same properties we are going to get. Okay. Now, go to uncomment. We don't need this one. Here. Now I'm going to call only the get salary method only, right? Now right click, run as Java application. Now the same output we are going to get. Now, whenever I call this method, I want to get now this is 55,000. Okay, 55,000 where it is present? the super in the sense like parent class. Okay, now whenever I'm calling this method, okay, in the parent class property I want. Okay, if you want to call like parent property, which property you want? Variable salary. Okay, this salary you want. In this case, it's a present in the parent, right? If it is a parent, any property if you want to call, now by using super keyword we can call. Okay, now within this method only, SYSO, now super dot or simply I'm going to write like some now parent class global salary is simply you can write here super data salary. Okay, right click, run as Java application. Now see here, parent class global salary is what 55,000 I got. But right now where am I? In the child class, but I can access the super class this salary. Now I want to execute this method, I want to call this method. Okay, this method is present in where? Parent class, but I want to call here in this method I want to call. Okay, now I want to call that method, but that method is present in the parent. How I can call? Super keyword. Super data get a salary now 75,000. Okay. Now right click. What is the output? 75,000 or 65 or 55? 65. Already present in the value in the get salary. Right click, run as Java application. We'll get it 65,000 is the salary. Okay. Now, by using like this and super keywords, simply here, I can call like this. Okay. Now, one more requirement. Are you clear this point? Okay. Now, one more example, we'll see that. Now, simply here, main method. Now, I'm going to select one default constructor. Now, int a is equal to 20. Again, I'm going to select one more class, parent x. Okay. Now here, int a is equal to 10 I'm going to get it. Now parent class default constructor. Now SYSO. Now parent class default constructor. Okay, yeah. Now again I'm going to get like parent constructor also. Okay. Now now into age. I want to print like age also. Now here object application. In this example, that earlier example, I want to call constructor. Okay, this class constructor I want to call. But suppose simply here, how I can create this class constructor? Now for suppose control S, now this demo, now SOSO, I am default constructor. Okay, now basically here, this class constructor I wanted, now this control space simply we are going to get. Now simply this type of, I think we cannot call constructor, call must be the first element in the static constructor. Okay. Now this thing I'm going to explain here. Now, if you want to call constructor, but suppose in this parent constructor, okay, in this parent constructor, I want to call this class constructor. Okay, right now, do we have any relation here? No relation. Okay, now this class is separate, this class is separate. Okay, in this class, okay, in this entire parent x class, whenever the parent is executed, the parent class, parameter constructor is executed. Now first I want to call this class default constructor. Okay. Now whenever that parent class like a parent constructor is executed, first I want to execute this class default constructor. Okay. Now or otherwise simply here I can write like this. Now, whenever the default constructor would call this dot simply here 34. Okay, now it is what? This class parent constructor. ఓకే ఇక్కడ ఏంటి ఈ క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడైతే కాల్ అవుతుందో అంటే ఎప్పుడైతే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి కాల్ అవుతుందో బేసిక్ ఏంటి ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ అవుతుంది కదా ఈ క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు కాల్ అవుతుందా లేదా ఓకే డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ అయితే ఏది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది సిక్స్త్ లైన్ కదా సిక్స్త్ లైన్ లో ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఏముంది దిస్ ఆఫ్ 34 అంటే ఏంటి ద రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఆఫ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ విల్ బి లైక్ దిస్ క్లాస్ ఓకే కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ దేని డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ నా ఇఫ్ ఐ మెన్షన్ ఇట్స్ అ పారామీటర్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ ద ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఏంటి ఇది డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ అంటే ఎయిత్ లైన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వకుండా నౌ ఇట్ విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ ద సెవెంత్ లైన్ ఫస్ట్ ద సెవెంత్ లైన్ ఇస్ వాట్ ద డిఫాల్ట్ parent constructor of this class okay the parent x now first it will call later it will call okay now again in this demo x okay in this demo x now I'm going to call like a syso now I am like a child default constructor okay now before going to execute this child default constructor I want to execute a super class default constructor okay now if you want to make that we need extends from like parent x okay now if I execute what is the output now I'm going to create an object of demo x now d is equal to new demo x guess the output what is the output right hmm. Clear. Now this is a child class. These are parents class, super class. Now in the child class, I created int a is equal to 20. I created one default constructor. Okay. Now whenever I created whenever I created object. Now whenever I created 25th line, simply now which line going to be executed? 18th line, right? Okay. In the 18th line, what is the first line? Super. Okay. If I represent like this, what is the representation? Parent class default constructor. Okay. Now first the constructor control goes to the parent class default constructor. In the parent class default constructor, what we have this class param constructor. In the sense like the first line is going to be executed the 12th line. Okay. Now right click run as Java application. See here, parent class default constructor. Where is param right? No, sir. Parent class param constructor going to be called first to 34. Then parent class default constructor. Now later child class default constructor. Okay. Now, for suppose if I'm going to write like 1, 2, 3, object over here. 1, 2, and 3. Now right click, run as Java application. Okay, 2, 1, 3. Now, how it is called? Are you clear? Okay. Now, if I comment 19th line, now what is the output? Hmm. Only 3. Okay. Now we'll see that output. Observe carefully here. Right click, run as. Okay, as you have idea, you set correct answer. Okay. Now, Java application. Any changes in the output? No. In the sense, then why again it's called like commented super, right? But even though it's called the parent, in the sense, now even if you're not to mention that the parent class or default constructor, whenever we have the relationship between the parent and child, automatically it will call a parent class default constructor. Even if you're not represent, it will call automatically the parent whenever we have the relation. Okay. Now, whenever the default constructor of child class is called, automatically the parent class default constructor going to be called. Okay. Now, in this case also same, without the comment also same. That's why I'm going to like confuse you. Now, execute how the execution is going to be started. 25th line, demo x d is equal to demo x. It's a started execution. Now, in this case, the default constructor going to be executed this line. Okay, in this like a constructor, what is the first line? Superclass default constructor. Okay, it will go to that superclass default constructor. Within the default constructor of super, what we have this class param constructor. In this class, it will go to that param constructor. Okay. Now first it will execute it. Now after completion of seventh line, what is the next line? Eighth line. Parent class a default constructor. After the completion of entire the super, the remaining am child default constructor going to be executed. Yes. But suppose if I remove that relation, now comment it, right click, run as Java application. We got like this. Now see, Control S, right click, run as Java application. Super in the sense what? There's no connection. Okay, super in the sense like whenever the parent properties, if you want to call, then only we can call it. Okay, that's why. Otherwise, simply there is no use of super concept. Okay, it's cannot call. In this parent class properties only, not only constructor. Okay, that's why I showed you like this one. Even if you're not representing the super keyword, whenever the constructor going to be call of child, by default automatically the parent superclass constructor going to be called. Okay, there is no use. Okay, there is no use. Even though that's why I'm going to represent like this. But for suppose simply here, the superclass method I want to call. Okay, now whenever that constructor going to be executed, in this class we have like one method. Now public void yum1 method. Okay, now SYSO simply here welcome. Okay, if you want to execute yum1 method, how I can execute? Suppose like we need to make that actions from parent x. Okay, now here super dot yum1 method I can call. Okay, super is like parent relation. But whenever the constructor, okay, now the main important question, the constructor way. By using like a super keyword, without super keyword also, simply is confusing you. Both are same output. Okay, now basically super ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తాం పేరెంట్ కాల్ చేయడానికి ఇక్కడ ఏంటి ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ you're not using the super keyword by default the default constructor of child automatically called internally the parent class ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ రిలేషన్ లేనప్పుడు సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ నువ్వు ఇక్కడ పెట్టినా కూడా నువ్వు యూజ్ కదా అప్పుడు కాల్ అవ్వదు కదా ఇన్సిడెన్స్ ద రిలేషన్ ఇస్ దే ఓకే మీకు ఇంటర్వ్యూ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ లో అడిగేది ఎలా అంటే ఒక క్వశ్చన్ వితౌట్ కామెంట్ అండ్ ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ విత్ కామెంట్ ఇస్తాడు వాట్ ఈస్ ద అవుట్పుట్ ఓకే బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్ అవుట్పుట్ బట్ మనకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఏంది సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ఇవ్వలేదు కదా కామెంట్ పెట్టాడు కదా మనకు అవుట్పుట్ రాదు ఓకే అదే మైండ్ లో ఉంటాం ఓకే దట్ ఇస్ ద పాయింట్ దట్స్ వై ఐ యూజ్ లైక్ సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ఓకే ఇందులో అదొకటి మిగతావన్నీ మనం నార్మల్ కాల్ చేయొచ్చు సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేసి ఓకే దిస్ అబౌట్ లైక్ దిస్ అండ్ సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ఆర్ క్లియర్ ఓకే నో నెక్స్ట్ ఫైనల్ this final or simply here final demo main method now class super final okay now is the parent okay right now do we have any relation between the two classes no okay there is no relation now simply I am going to take like int age is equal to 77 okay now public void get age is equal to now int age I am going to take now here this dot age is equal to plus plus of age what's the mean by ninth line the 77 I'm taking here okay now SYSO now the parent age is simply here this dot age I want to print okay now not to this age I'm printing okay insert the method okay now again I'm going to provide the relation between like parent and child now the super final okay now whenever I extend from the super final simply I want to take this method, copy and paste it here. Now here I'm going to decrement. Which concept it is? Now I'm going to use like at the rate override. Did you observe? It is a concept is overriding. Okay. Now where is that? Where we can find out that override concept in this example? You observe ninth line is what? The logic is incrementing the age. But in the case of like 18th line, what is saying? Decrementing the age. Means what? See here. As a child class is not satisfied like a parental logic. Okay, that's why the same method name, the logic is different. Okay, it changes the logic. Now it is a child age. Okay, now I want to create an object of a final demo. Now fd is equal to new final demo. Okay, now fd dot get age simply here 66. Now if I execute, what is the output? Now my options are like this: 66, 65, 67, 77, 76, 78. Hmm. Now my options are 65, 66, 67. Now 75, 77, 76. Sorry, not 77, 78. Hmm. 60, 65. Okay. Hmm. But what is the output? Parent or child? In this case, child only, right? There is no right now. We don't have any logic with like parent. Already, the logic is changed by child. Okay, the same logic is going to be calling the 66. In the sense, like observe carefully here. Now, whenever I call like 23rd line, the control goes to the parent or child. Child only. Why? In the sense, in the child we have the method. Okay, get age method. Okay, in this get age method, the 66 is going to be passed here in this file. Now, this dot age is like decrementing. Now, this dot age is what? 66 only. Now, it's going to be decremented to 65. Right click, run as Java application. What we got? The 65. Now, if I'm going to make it as final in the sense what? Once we assign the value, we cannot change. Like a const keyword in the front end. Okay, JavaScript. Okay, now constant and final. Now, if I use like a fifth line is a final, in which line we are going to get error? If I use final in the sense like once we assign the value, we cannot change it. Okay, if I use before the int, if I use final keyword, okay, it's a fixed one, 77. If I use final keyword, in which line we are getting error? Okay, these are the interview MCQ questions. Age is getting error. See here, final into age is what? 77. Okay, in the ninth line, what I'm trying to do? Incrementing. I'm trying to incrementing. But once we assign the value, can I modify it? No, we cannot modify it. Now, in the case of here, I already extended again. Now I want to decrement it. Is it possible to decrement? No. The value is final. Okay. Now that's why we cannot update the value. We can modify the value if it is a variable. Okay. Now for the variable, if I assign any final keyword, we cannot modify it. We cannot increase. We cannot decrease. Okay. The value still be there. It's a fixed one. Now, but suppose I am going to use the final keyword before the method. Okay. Before the method. In which line we are going to get error? 13th. Exactly. Why? Now, final in the sense like the logic is the same. Okay, but what you did here, you changed that. Okay. Now, final methods can't override. Okay. Final variables can't modify. Okay. Final methods can't override. Okay. Now, we cannot override final methods. Okay. Yeah. ఎక్కడ ఇక్కడ syso super dot get. Okay, now we have the relation, right? Extends with the super final, we can access. Now, yeah, where we have the methods. Now, final variables simply, now we cannot modify. Final methods we cannot override. Now, what about for suppose if I make it as a class is the final, where in which line we are going to get error? So class is the final, in which line we are going to get error? Final. Here, the 13th is a getting error. Okay, means what? Now, final classes can't extends. Okay, the 3 points you need to remember from the final keyword. Okay, now final variables we can't modify. Okay, now final methods we can't override. Okay, now final classes we can't extend. Okay, now this is about like this and super and final. Are you clear the difference between this and super and final? Okay, next we'll go with like the packages. Okay, just theory related, but you need to understand why the package all these things. Okay. Hmm. ఉంది ఇది రాలే అయిపోలే ఇది తర్వాత యాక్సెస్ మాడిఫైర్స్ తర్వాత మనం ఎన్క్యాప్సులేషన్. Okay, now packages. Okay, what's the mean by the package? Did you observe? Till now I created like this many packages, right? Okay, now here we have two types of packages. Okay, now two types of packages. The first one is like a built-in package. Okay, built-in package, or simply we can say like a system defined package. Okay, just give a minute. Yeah. Now, packages are two types. Now, built-in package and a system-defined package. Now, second one like a user-defined package. Okay. Now, what is the mean by package? Basically, package is Package is a collection of classes, okay, interfaces and sub packages. Okay, now classes is a collection, package is collection of classes, interfaces and sub packages. For suppose what is the default package in Java? Okay, default package in Java, what is that? Any idea? The first and foremost interview question, java dot lang package, the default package. Okay, now observe carefully here. But suppose simply java dot util dot scanner class we know that this class. Okay. Now Java is a main package. Okay. Now Java is the main package. Okay. Util is the child package or sub package. Okay. Child is a util is a sub package. Now scanner is a class. Okay, now the package is a collection of classes, interfaces and sub packages also we have. Okay, now normally, now whenever we purchase like any kind of products, all these things, we are going to take like one cover. Okay, cover in the sense like it's a kind of package. The cotton is a one kind of package. Okay, within the package what we have, like we have some kind of things. Okay, some kind of like packets, all these things. The collection of all the packets and all the things simply we can say it's a package. Okay, now then what is the need of this package here? Okay, now simply the main feature of like this package, easy maintenance. Okay, now it will removing that. Okay, removing naming collision. Okay, removing naming collision. Okay, what does it mean by that easy maintenance? How we can maintain easily? Okay, now for suppose simply here, I'm daily watching movies. Okay, now in my laptop I have like a 1 lakh movies I have. Okay, only one folder. In a single folder, I have like a 1 lakh movies. Okay, now my friend is asking recently he asked one movie. Okay, one movie he asked. That movie he has some like requirements like action. Okay, action movie like it's a what's it like? It's a China movie. Okay, now in this case, within one folder we have like 1 lakh movies. Okay, now we need to search only one movie which is action and as well as it's China. Okay, how much time it will take? 1 lakh movies in the sense like each and every movie we need to search. We need to read that naming all these things. It will take like around 1 day. Okay, 1 day. Now the next time I'm what I did. Okay, I'm going to like watch multiple movies. That's why I created like one folder for Telugu, one folder for English, one folder for different language. Okay, now within the folder, again I created subfolders. Okay, for suppose action, adventure, thriller, all these things. Okay, now my friend is asking now, okay, can you send me English movie, thriller movie? Simply I will open this folder, immediately I can share it. Okay, within a 1 minute, I can share. Okay, which one is a better, 1 day or 1 minute? Okay, 1 minute. Now that easily the maintenance. Now the same thing here also, objective here. Here I created multiple packages, right? Okay, multiple packages, multiple classes I declared here. Okay, if I created only one package, till now whatever the examples we completed, I am going to paste in a single package. Suppose the one person is asking, sir, can you please share me like variables example? Okay, how much it will take? Like, did you observe here? Some names are same, even though it's a different package. Now we need to search each and every class. It will take a lot of time. That's why now we can maintenance the easy way. Okay. Now, next one is what removing naming collision. Okay, but suppose in the same package, okay, in the same package, we can't create like one more class the same name. Okay, but suppose simply here, demo I created in this class, right? Demo is there. I'm trying to create like one more demo. Okay, right click, new class demo. See, they're getting error. Type is already exist. Okay, if you want to change minimum change, you can add a like a 6 or dot. Okay, now p or simply here or underscore o. You can change it. Okay, now the demo is different. Demo underscore o is a different. Okay, now the easily maintenance. Okay, it will remove that naming collision. If you are trying to write the same class name, simply we are getting error. Even if you're whenever you are downloading multiple files, simply the file name is already the file is existed. Okay, this kind of things is going to be shown. Okay, but suppose if it is a Eclipse, within a millisecond I create a package. Okay, then without Eclipse or without there is no Eclipse concept, then how I create a package? Okay, how it is created, where the dot class file is saving. Okay, but suppose simply here class test we have. Within the class simply some code is there. Okay, this class, okay, this file is present in. Okay, for this class simply I'm going to write some package. Now package is a keyword. Okay, com dot demo dot welcome dot like a core. Okay, this is my package name. Okay, what's the package name? Com dot demo dot welcome dot core. Okay, if you want to compile, whenever the package related, if you want to compile this type of a class, now normal compilation is a different, this compilation is a different. Okay, now this compilation is Java C. Okay, now hyphen D space dot space again package name, sorry, file name dot Java. Okay, this is the now because of hyphen D, this is like it's a directory. Okay, how it is creating? Whenever I compiled, what it will create? One dot class file is created. Yes or no? Whenever I compile, one dot class file is created. Now, whenever I execute this thing, okay, one dot class file is created. Now, where it is saved in the sense, first it will create one com folder. Within the com folder, one demo folder is created. Within the demo folder, one more welcome folder is created. Within the welcome folder, one more core folder is created. Within the core folder, the dot class file is saved. Okay, the dot class file is saved. Now, after that compilation, we need to execute, right? Okay, now how we can execute? Java space package name dot Java. Sorry, Java space the package name dot class. Okay, now this is the way that execution syntax. Now here, now we need to write the class and we need to write the package name. We need to compile it. We need to execute. This much time it will take to create the package. But here, within a millisecond, we are creating package. Okay, now we have like lot of predefined packages simply here. Around 60,000 predefined packages we have. Okay, see here, if I open the JRE library system, you can open any jar file. Okay, here we have like some package, we have some classes. If we open that, some packages. If we open that, some packages here. How many packages here we have? No, not only here. If I open that rt.jar, now see. Yeah, default also we have. Now see here, everywhere. Now this many packages, 60,000 different packages we have. Within the package, what we have classes, interfaces, all these things simply. Okay. Now if you want to see the default package, java.lang, right? Now search for the java.lang. See here, the java.lang. Okay. Now see java.io also we have. Okay. Now these are all java.util, java.io, java.lang, java.awt, okay, java.sql. All these things, multiple packages we have. These are all are predefined packages defined by the Sun microsystem. Okay. Now whatever the packages okay we created, that is the user defined packages. Okay. Now these packages I created. Okay, these packages are user defined packages. Okay, now this is about like the packages concept. Simply we'll ask like compilation syntax and execution syntax, as well as okay, now what is the like main object or main advantage about like objects? Okay, in the sense easy maintenance and removing the naming collision. Okay, now that's about the packages simply. Next, access modifiers. Okay, now what does it mean by access modifier? What's the method syntax? The syntax is access modifier only, right? Now, here we have public, private, protected, and a default. Okay, these are the access modifiers. Okay, now simply whenever the interviewer asks like what are the access modifiers, in the sense public, private, protected, default. The next question is waiting for you. What is a okay now like what non-access modifiers? Okay, now that is abstract, final, like what is it like? Some little bit like remaining two also there, abstract and final. Again, I think keyword is there. So super is not available. Okay, remaining two also there. I will let you know that later. I forgot. Now simply public, private, protected, and a default. These are the access modifiers simply. Okay. Now we have like non-access modifier also we have. Okay, non-access modifier also we have. Okay. Now here, the public, private, protected, default. Public in the sense like everywhere we can access. Okay. If you observe that this image, simply you will get an idea. If you understand this image, the access modifiers concept is done. Okay. Now here, what suppose public, protected, private, and default. Now if you observe that left side part, now same class, same package subclass, same package not subclass, different package subclass, different package not subclass. What's the mean by subclass? Child class, exactly. Okay, derived class. Okay, now base class is a parent. Now subclass in the sense child class. Okay, but suppose your Instagram account is like private. Now, can I see your account details, all these things? No. Or can I see your post? I cannot see that. But suppose if it is a public, I can see everything. Okay, now public in the sense like same class, okay, same package, not subclass, different package, subclass, different package, not subclass. Okay, observe carefully 1 minute. I will explain all these things. అంటే అది సబ్ క్లాస్ కాదు ఆ ప్యాకేజ్ అంటే సబ్ క్లాస్ అంటే చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ నాట్ సబ్ క్లాస్ అంటే అది క్లాస్ కాదు అది చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ కాదు అది సేమ్ ప్యాకేజ్ ఉన్నా కూడా అది సబ్ క్లాస్ కాదు బట్ సపోజ్ నేను ఒకటే ఫైల్లో పేరెంట్ చైల్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేశా అది ఎక్స్టెన్స్ కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయకుండా అప్పుడు ఏమైనా రిలేషన్ ఉంటుందా అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ నా అబ్జెక్టివ్ ఓకే ఐ గాట్ ఇట్ లైక్ ద టూ కీవర్డ్స్ now volatile and transient. Okay, now now, public, protected, private, and default. Public in the sense like everywhere I can access within the same class, within the same package, within the same package, not subclass, different package, subclass, different package, not subclass. Everywhere I can access. Protected in the sense, except different package, not subclass, everywhere I can access. Private, now only one class, even if it's a parent or super parent, any parent you have, you cannot access. Only the same class only can access. But suppose you have the mobile, you are created like the different kind of pattern for your password. Okay, now is it possible to open your mom and mother, like fathers? Okay, your sisters simply can't. Now the person who is having the mobile, the same person only responsible to open. Okay, private in the sense like same class only we can access. Okay, the different class, other classes simply we cannot access even if you create an object, even if you have the relation, we can't access. Default in the sense, okay, the package level scope simply we can say that. Okay, default keyword in the sense the package level scope. Within the same package, you created 1,000 classes everywhere you can access. But outside the package you are trying to access, simply we cannot access. Observe carefully here. Now, here I'm going to get like pack one, pack two. Okay, within the pack one, simply I have like an employee class. Within the pack two, I have like a hacker class. Okay, now package one, package two. Okay, objectively. Now, by practical, I will explain. That's better. Now, I'm going to create like two packages. Now, it's a different package, right? Same package we have, different package. Two packages here we have. Now, pack one. Okay. Next, package two. Okay. Now, in the package one, I'm going to create like one class that is employee class. Employee class. Okay. In the package two, I'm going to create what? Hacker class. Okay. Now, first, we'll go with like only employee. Objective here. Employee class, same class I can access, right? Okay, what you can access in this, I'm going to create one method that's better to understand. A public void yum1 method. So simply here, I am yum1 from employee. Okay, the method is what? Public, right? Method is a public. Now, main method. Now, how I can access this yum1 method? How I can execute? Object. Now, employee emp is equal to new employee. Okay, now emp dot, can I access m1 method? Yes. Now if it is a public same class I can access. Now same package is subclass. Observe carefully here. Now I'm going to create like one more class simply here, class. Now parent. Okay, observe carefully here. Do we have any relation right now? No. In the sense what? Same package, not subclass. Okay, same package, not subclass. Now, in the parent, we have one method that is also public method, public void yum2 method. Okay, so like I am parent yum2 method. Okay, now objective. Okay, right now we don't have any relation between the two classes, but as an employee within the employee class, I want to access yum2 method. How I can access? No relation, right? Not subpackage. Subpackage అంటే ఎక్స్టెన్స్ కీవర్డ్స్ యూజ్ చేసి రిలేషన్ వస్తుంది. ఎక్స్టెన్స్ కీవర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయకుండా ఎలా ఉంటుంది? వన్ వే ఉంది ఇంకోటి. M2 మెథడ్ కావాలి అంటే ఎలా? Exactly. We can create object, right? Now simply here, parent P is equal to new parent. Okay, now P dot M2 method I can access. Okay, in the sense what? Same class I can access. Same package, not subclass also I can access. Now, we'll see with the same package subclass. Okay, but suppose simply I'm going to comment. Employee with relation with what? Parent. Now say employee is a subclass of other class. Simply here, same package, subclass. Okay. Now parent and employee and parent are which package we have? Package one only, right? Okay. Same package, subclass. Now if it is subclass, how I can access M2 method? Okay, already the data is there. M2 method. Sorry. M2 method. Now simply I can execute, right click, run as Java application. See, now same class I can execute, same package I can execute, same package not subclass, so we can execute whenever the access modifier is a public. Okay. Now first different packages subclass, will see that different package not subclass. Objective here. I'm going to remove like this relation. Are you clear this point? Okay. Now here we have only employee, consider employee class. Now here in the package we have hacker class. Yes or no? Now different package. Okay, different package. Now hacker class is trying. Okay, hacker class is present in the package 2. Employee class is present in the package 1. Now within the package 1 we have employee class. Within the employee class we have one M1 method. M1 method is which type? Public. Okay, as a hacker he wants to access M1 method. Okay, now objectively two classes, not a subclass with each other. Different package, not subclass. అంతే కదా, డిఫరెంట్ ప్యాకేజ్. ప్యాకేజ్ 1 లో ఎంప్లాయీ ఉంది, ప్యాకేజ్ 2 లో హ్యాకర్ ఉన్నారు. డిఫరెంట్ ప్యాకేజ్, నాట్ ఏ సబ్ క్లాస్. అంటే సబ్ రిలేషన్ ఉందా వాటికి? ఎంప్లాయీ హ్యాకర్ నో రిలేషన్. Now even though hacker is trying to access, now here how I can get M1 method in the hacker? Now without not subclass, right? Now we need to create object of employee. Okay, can I create object of employee in the sense? Yes, in the sense why? Employee class is what? It's a public. Say class is public. I can create object. Now main method employee emp is equal to new employee. Okay. Now emp dot m1 method easily I can access. Control shift O import the package. Now right click and as Java applications. Here did you observe the first package is package 2. If you want to call that employee class, we need to import it. ఓకే, మనం విండోస్ స్కానర్ క్లాస్ కావాలంటే మనం జావా డాట్ యూటిల్ నుంచి ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకుంటాం. కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఎంప్లాయీ క్లాస్ కావాలంటే ఎంప్లాయీ క్లాస్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ప్యాకేజ్ 1 లో ఉంది. దట్స్ వై ప్యాకేజ్ 1 డాట్ ఎంప్లాయీ. ఓకే, నౌ నెక్స్ట్ వన్. Now right now different package not subclass. So I'm going to comment this one. Okay, I want to make the relation right now different package subclass. Okay, now I can access, right? Now simply hacker extends with the employee. Okay, now how I can execute that M1 method? Which class object we need to create? Employee or hacker? Hacker, exactly. Now hacker h is equal to new hacker. Okay, now simply h dot M1 method I can go access. Now here, now right click, run as Java application. See, I can access. In the sense, what? If it is a public keyword, everywhere you can access. Same package, same class, same package, not subclass, different package subclass, different package, not subclass. Everywhere you can access if it is a public. Okay. Next, protected. Observe carefully here. If it is a protected, except a different package, not subclass, everywhere you can access. Observe carefully here. Right now, M1 method is public, right? That's why I can access. Okay, it's a subclass. Okay, subclass అయితే protected access చేసుకోవచ్చు. Okay, in the sense what? నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నా employee class లోకి వెళ్ళి నా M1 method is going to be changed to protected. Okay, now still I can access here, no error in the hacker class. Still I can execute. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, why? It is a relation simply here. Now hacker and employee has some relation subclass. In the sense what? Different package subclass protected is executed, but different package not subclass protected is executed. No. Okay, see here. If I remove this relation, okay, there is no relation right now. If there is no relation, how we can execute? By using object of employee. Okay, employee class object create child. Now I'm trying to execute that. We are getting error. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి hacker కి employee కి there is no relation. Okay, then we need to create object of employee. I created, that's okay, it's a public class. Now I'm trying to access that M1 method. See, place the cursor, read that error. See, the method M1 from the type of employee is not visible. Okay, why? There is no relation between hacker and employee. Now it's giving some suggestion. Okay, change the visibility of M1 method to public. Simply you can access, but I don't want to change. I need to use protected only. Okay, no. Simply, if it is a protected outside the different package, not subclass, I cannot access. Next to that, default, latter private. Okay, next to default. Observe carefully. Default in the sense like outside the package we cannot access. Okay, within the same package, subclass, not subclass, same class, we can access everywhere. But different package is not access. Okay, observe carefully here. Now, if I'm removing like protected keyboard, now it's a default. అది మెయిన్ క్లాస్ కదా, మెయిన్ క్లాస్ హౌ యూ కెన్, దట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్. అంటే మెయిన్ అంటే చైల్డ్ క్లాస్ కూడా పబ్లిక్ ఉంటుంది, మీ రిమైనింగ్ క్లాసెస్ యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ ఇట్. Now earlier we did like one parent class is private, right? Now we can do that, but main class should be public. Why? In the sense the main method is looking for like the same. Okay, now whenever you want to execute the file which has that file name, that should be public, the main method is public. You want to choose the first execution. Okay. Now where we are, default. Okay, right now default, there is no keyword for the default, void m. Okay, if there is no keyword, means it's a default. Right. Okay, now in the same package I can access here. Right now in the same package, parent and employee, there is no relation, even though I can access. Now yeah, we need to get the object of parent. Right click, run as Java application. I can execute that. Now even the relation, because same package only చెప్తాను. Now employee actions with the parent. Now simply right click and run Java. I can execute that. Still I can execute. Apparently same package ఎక్కడైనా with not subclass, with subclass you can execute, but different package not subclass you cannot access. Okay. Now tracker is a different class, right? Okay. Now M1 is trying to access here. Employee class, there is no relation. Here, different package not subclass, default keyword not access. Now right now there is no relation between hacker and employee. See, hacker is not related with the employee. Now in that case, simply we can create an employee object. See, we are getting error. Okay, what is the errors here? The method M1 from the type employee is not visible. Change visibility of M1 method to public. Now I want to make the relation then. Okay, I want to make the relation. Hacker going to be extends with employee. Control S. If it is employee, in the sense hacker class, we need to object, we need to create, even though simply we cannot access. So still we are getting error. Okay, what is the error? Read now, right? See here, the method M1 from the type of employee is not visible. See, change visibility of M1 method at least protected. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి మనం డిఫాల్ట్ యూజ్ చేసాం. ఇక్కడ సజెషన్ ఏమి ఇస్తుంది, కనీసం ప్రొటెక్టర్ కన్నా చేంజ్ అయ్యి నేను యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసుకుందా, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు చేంజ్ ఇట్, ఐ వాంట్ టు డిఫాల్ట్. ఓకే, that's the difference. So protected default. Now next with the private. Okay, private in the sense the same class, the main class only the responsible to access, other person cannot access. See here, the method is private. Okay, now I can execute. See, there is no error. emp dot m1 method, I can execute it, the private method. Okay, now obviously parent class I'm going to make as public, so private. Now do we have any relation right now? No. Okay, even if there is no relation, simply we need to get object of parent, right? No, I cannot execute if it's a private. Check the method m2 from the type of parent is not visible. Change visibility of to